Thanks for tuning in to the DevOps for Mobile Apps update for May 31st, 2022. Today I want to talk about some usage stats that I've been tracking for the project level secure files feature that we launched in 15.0. On my screen here I've got a screenshot of a dashboard that's got some of these details in here, and there's also a link here to the dashboard. The dashboard is only accessible by internal GitLab folks, so keep that in mind. In this screenshot here, I've got two rows of information that I'm showing here. The first row is an attempt to visualize the conversion funnel for this feature. And then the second row is just a few metrics that I've been looking at as well. I'll talk through these and kind of explain what these are for. In this first row, the first box here, this 1226 number, this is the visits to the settings page. For this feature, the only place in which it's exposed within the GitLab UI is on the CI/CD settings. And to get to this feature, your first exposure of it will be likely there. It is in the release post and other places, but this is kind of the first place in the app that people see it. When someone goes to this page and visits it, we'll kind of track that visit here. And then this is also a unique visit that we're tracking. This would be if someone went to that page multiple times for a given project, we'd only track one visit here. So that's kind of like that first step in the funnel. The second step here is to upload a file. And so this would be someone has looked at the settings page, decided this is something they want to try out, and so they'll go to upload a file. 48 projects have had one or more files uploaded to them. And then the third step here is going to be the downloading of a file. Downloading isn't exposed in the UI, so the only way to get a count for this action was actually to set the feature up in your CI pipeline. And so this would be the completion of the action that we want a user to take. So they'll visit the settings page, they'll upload a file, and then they'll make the change to their CI configuration to include that file in their CI pipeline. We can see here we start at 1200 and we end up at 29. So that gives us a conversion rate of about 2.28. So I think this is a nice way to visualize this, and hopefully we'll be able to continue to track this over time and see how things change in terms of growth for this feature and conversion rate as we make the feature a little easier to use, make it easier to get set up and things like that. There's clearly a gap between someone uploading a file and then actually setting that up in their pipeline. So there's a bit of friction there that we want to try to make a little bit easier. The second row here is just a few other metrics that I've been looking at. So the first one here is just total number of CI jobs that are running with this feature. So far we've had 1,375. Total visits to the settings page is 1619. So this would mean that, some of these folks went and visited that page a couple times. We also see here that total files uploaded is 106. So of those 48 projects that are using this, they've uploaded 106 files. So some of those may be 2 or more files to a project. And then file deletions is also something that I wanted to look at. So far, there have been 31 of them. So that's kind of the whole picture here. I'm definitely interested in feedback. So if you see this and you can think of other metrics that would be useful to track, I would definitely love to get some feedback on that. So feel free to drop a comment in the issue here. The other thing I wanted to talk about today is the secure files roadmap. I've got an epic set up now. This had been previously tracked in an issue and decided to move this over to an epic and give it kind of a proper organization. There are several follow-up tasks for this feature, and you can kind of see what they all are within this epic here. As you can see, some of these features have milestones associated with them, and some of them are in the backlog. So you can kind of get a better sense of where I'll be focused on in the further development of this feature. And then in the up next section, what I'll be focused on over the next couple of weeks will be getting the CI configuration a little bit easier to set up and tying this in with the runner more directly. So the issue here that I've linked to is just describing a proposal for adding some configuration into the GitLab CI YAML file. So I'll be focused on this, and hopefully this will make it a little bit easier for folks to get set up and give them the controls and flexibility that they want. So that's what I'll be working on over the next couple of weeks. That's all I have for today. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.